Yo, it's your boy Chuck. This is my channel. Welcome. I'm answering the question, what is the purpose of life on Earth? What is the purpose of life in general? Why the hell are we here? For many years, I pondered that question. For over 30 years, I've read books, I've looked at videos, documentaries, movies. I've meditated, I've experienced, I've traveled the world seeking that answer. But it wasn't until a few years ago when I discovered it. And I believe I now have a satisfactory answer, and I want to share it with you. Now, I'm a little crazy, so you have to forgive me, but I do believe that we are living in a virtual reality, a very, very good one. And that everything is virtual and nothing is truly real. Now, I came across that idea through videos, through YouTube. YouTube has been a savior to me. It has really, really expanded my horizons. And I owe a lot to it, which is why I want to give back in the form of these videos and share my knowledge with you. So I thank you for listening. And I appreciate that you want to understand what is the purpose of life. What is the purpose of our existence here on Earth? I will tell you this. The main purpose of our existence here is to evolve, to lower our entropy, to love, to grow. It is not to be entertained. It is not to become famous. And it is not to do anything other than grow up. And I've come to these conclusions through the writings and speakings of the great Tom Campbell. Tom Campbell wrote the trilogy book, My Big Toe. Toe stands for Theory of Everything, My Big Theory of Everything, Tom Campbell. If you don't know who he is, check him out. I think you'll like what he has to say. He speaks eloquently, yet simple enough you can understand exactly what he's talking about. And he is a consciousness explorer, originally and still maybe a NASA scientist. He's still a scientist. So I had read these books back in the day from Robert Monroe, who was an explorer of inner consciousness. And what I didn't know is that Tom Campbell was his protege, his student. And Tom Campbell was taught the secrets of how to quote unquote go out of body by Robert Monroe. And I read all three of Robert Monroe's books, and I really enjoyed them. They were fascinating. So when I learned that Tom Campbell was a student and protege, I was ecstatic, because here was a guy that was proposing a theory that I had been reading a lot about in terms of virtual reality, which was first proposed in the mainstream by a professor named Nick Bostrom, that back in, I think it was like 2002 or 3, early 2000s. And there's been a few people that have taken it up, but it's become more mainstream and more accepted. And Thomas Campbell believes that this is a virtual reality trainer for consciousness. Similar to how a pilot would go into a trainer, a flight trainer, to practice flying a plane. We are here, fully immersed in this virtual reality with life and death consequences that allow us to make decisions based on love and fear, hate, greed, all these things. And there is no right and there is no wrong. Of course we want to evolve. If we evolve, we win the game. We begin winning the game. We move towards love and we reduce our entropy. Entropy is the measure of a disorder in a body, so you don't want entropy. You want to lower your entropy. And that's all part of Tom Campbell's theory. So we are put into this game, and these bodies that we have are like avatars. And the consciousness is the only thing that's fundamental. And our consciousness, which some people think of as the soul, is what's playing in the game, right? That controls our avatar, our body. We are not our bodies. That's why people can go out of body. When you dream at night, where do you go? You no longer have sensory data of your body. You enter a different virtual reality. Same thing when you die. When you die, you go to another virtual reality. It's always a virtual reality. There is no terrestrial world where it's solid. And more science is beginning to see that this is not a solid world. This is a world based on a virtual existence, albeit a very good one. Even Einstein said it. He said the universe is a illusion, albeit a persistent one. So, our purpose here is to evolve, love, grow up, become mature. Stop making these mistakes, these childish mistakes. Everybody is at a different level. Some people are on the lower spectrum. They're not as evolved as some of the people on the higher levels. But Tom Campbell believes that this earth, this virtual reality that we're in, is one of many. And really, it's like a kindergarten compared to all the virtual realities out there. And you might think to yourself, well, what about all the planets and solar systems and stars? I mean, we're just like a speck. We're like a grain of sand on a beach. But Campbell believes that those things, all those universes or galaxies and stars and planets, they don't even really exist. We see them, we see specks of light, but that doesn't mean anything exists there. It's just like when you go into a computer program, like if you're playing an actual video game, and if you're not looking someplace, it's not rendered. It's unnecessary. But if you look there, you might see something. You might see mountains. You might see an ocean. But that mountains, those oceans don't really exist. It's just a picture to you. Same thing with us. Now, the more I think about it, the more I believe that this is true. And I've been pondering on it for quite some time. And I do believe that this life is a virtual reality. And I used to be very sad if someone died. And now, I'm not so sad anymore because, yes, they may have left this game. They may have left me, but their consciousness continues on. It goes to a different virtual reality. And that's a whole nother video in the way that Tom Campbell describes how that works. But I have a lot to say on these things, as you can see. Well, if you explore my channel, you'll see that some videos I'm talking about reality TV. Other videos I might be talking about the dating world. Other videos I'm talking about consciousness or meta-consciousness or metaphysics, whatever you want to call it. But I just speak my mind. I have a lot of different interests. This channel is not just one thing, it's many things. There's a video here for everybody. Well, not everybody, but you know, sometimes I'm acting crazy, depends on my mood, but I want to come out here and share some things with you. You know, maybe some people will learn something. But if you get the chance, I would highly recommend checking out his channel on YouTube, Tom Campbell, or putting my big toe. You can't miss it. Some of his videos are really long and they just go off on tangents, but you really want to kind of get like the basics. So I would put in like the basics or the fundamentals of his theory so you can understand it a little bit better. That's my take on it. I would appreciate if you subscribe to this channel because I put out videos every day regularly, trying to build it on up. you know, build it from the ground up, man. And I hope you like me. I hope you like what I have to say. I'm filled with knowledge. I'm brimming over the top with it. And I'm handing it off to you. So do as you will with it or do nothing. This is Chuck. I'll see you in the next one.